Hello, am I audible? आ रही है सर. Okay, am I audible right now from your side? Can I have some acknowledgement? Sorry for the technical glitches. Now I'm audible. Manish, Banu, Sauravi, can you hear me properly? Hello. Am I audible now from your side, guys? Yes, Arpit, can I have some acknowledgement? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get back to the session. Sorry for the technical glitches. So we are here today to talk about interview sneak peek. So that means one absolute chance will be given to you and you have to give your best. That is what the purpose is, right? So let's start with the session. Okay, so before I proceed, my PPT is visible to you? My PPT is visible to you? Can I have some acknowledgement? My PPT is visible to you guys. Can I have some acknowledgement? Okay, fine, fine, fine. Great. Thank you so much. So let's concentrate now. So the objective of today's session is we will be talking about successful interview, right? Interview and interview types, pre-preparation, analyze the job, research the company, effective resume, desk code, time management, body language, types of question, do and don't. So these are the all the parameters that we will be covering today, right? So you will all agree with me that job interview begins the moment you enter the pedestal, right? And you moment you enter the zone, not from there, actually from the time you are planning to work on your resume. That is why it is said time and again that take time or denote good amount of time and please work on your resume, because your actually interview begins from your resume part, right? So to move on, let's see what are the things to be done. Okay, now coming to the first pointer, that is interview and interview tips, types, right? So when we talk about interview, it is a communication format, right? A definition has been given over here that people get to know about a person for a specific purpose with the help of question and answer, right? So and the parameters that are checked is not only your communication skill, is not only how much you know about yourself, it also includes your body language, it includes how much are you are in the R&D procedure. It also includes that how much you're aware about your surrounding. So all these parameters, guys, actually works over here. So you have to be very much aware about these things, right? Now, moving on, interview types based on the purpose of the interviews can be categorized in many ways, right? It is not only for the job purpose, right? It can be for even admission in higher studies from your angle. If I check for jobs, to share your success stories, right? To share or to know about your ideas and opinion, which we consider as exit interviews or survey interview. So there are different types of interview, right? That you have to be aware about, because you never know, someday when you will be successful, definitely will be getting that platform where you have to share or you will be getting obliged to share your success stories. So how to handle those things? So always let's start from the crux. Let's start preparing one by one. Now, next is what is PI, right? So Another terminology that has been used for interview, that is PI, that is personal interview, right? So a formal meeting in a person, especially one arranged for the assessment of the qualification of the candidate, right? And generally there are 2 or 3 panelists. It can be a group of panelists as well, it can be 5 even, right? Next is, it takes generally 15 to 25 minutes, right? If it is a stress interview, it can be extended to 30 minutes or 40 minutes even, right? I hope that does not happens with you. Next is, panelists are industry expert and functional heads and HR, right? So a combination is maintained over there. That is, they are from B school, maybe they are from functional heads, they are from academic zone, HR, right? A good combination is made so that they can check each of the parameters very nicely. So be aware whenever you are answering any question from particular zone, may or may not have a fixed structure or direction. It depends on the organization how they are going to conduct the whole procedure, right? So why PI? Now comes the next question. Why we generally PI is opted, right? So the options are, or the answer to the questions are, to understand, right? To understand yourself as well as to understand the others, your thought process, how much you are aware about the information, right? How much you are aware to link the things. Right now there is a trend that when we talk from for campus placement, the interview, the PIs are having more of different types of question, abstract types of question. Why so? Just to check your thought process, because people know you have done good R&D, right? You have researched about the company, the questions that are coming for the last 5 years. So different sort of questions can be there. Don't always go and expect that same sort of questions will be like, introduce yourself, tell me something about of your qualification, family. No, it can be done in a different way as well, right? So you have to be aware about the thing. Next, your attitude plays the most important role. That means that they know they will be making, or they will be asking you some type of question that will be out of the box. They just want to check how much confident you are. That's very much important. So your attitude, like some question that may they will try to ask you to irritate you, so you have to hide those things. You have to just be confident, you have to be assertive while answering it, right? Next is your commitment level. Your commitment level can be shown once you can answer the things very nicely. Like if there is some question asked, like what is success, and you are going to give a definition, a dictionary definition, that will not work. It is always better to give good example, good facts, because nobody wants to hear philosophical views from you. That you have to keep in mind, and that is made clear. And from there they get a clear knowledge about your commitment level, that ये बच्चा ने कितना R&D process में था, इसको कितना पता है, right? That is very important, and that is why it is said again and again that go for different type of mock interviews. That gives you good feedback, that actually help you to understand and to work out, right? Next, to analyze your direct reaction to different situations, right? So it is very important that a different kind of question can be asked, different kind of situation can be given to you, how you will be reacting to such situation, right? Those questions you have to be aware about. Those questions, while answering those questions, as I said, that keep giving more example, keep stating different kind of facts, incident. Let not be philosophical about those points. That will actually help you to excel or to enhance your performance in the PI round. Okay, any question till now from your side? Yes, Maha, Anathi, any Shruti, any question till now? Just we have started with the PI part. We have still now discussed with what is PI, right? And the objectives definitely that we are going to cover today. Okay, great. Now, next is domain of interview. So when we talk about the domain of interview, 2 things comes in front of us. So the one is knowledge about you and knowledge about your environment, right? So when we talk about knowledge about you, I hope you remember when we had a personality development session last time, there also we had a couple of parameters where we discussed that it is very important that you know yourself, you spend time with yourself, you go for SWOT analysis. All those things were discussed. Now here also those things plays a very important role, right? See, more you know yourself, You can express it very nicely. There will be no requirement to bluff, right? You can be honest, and when you're honest, when you're prepared, right, all the homeworks are done properly, then what? We gives our best, right? So that is what exactly will be happening. So when we talk about knowledge about you, it includes your name, your hobbies, your interest, your strength, experiences, weaknesses, subject studies, career plan. All this comes under it. Next is knowledge about your environment, right? So when we talk about knowledge about our environment, it does not only means coronavirus, because right now we are totally getting engaged with that story only. But it is also important, apart from that, kindly update yourself. And that is why it is said again and again that read a lot, and that should be quality reading. You can follow some good editorial, you can follow some good travel log, you can follow some good articles, whatever you want, but you should go for it, right? Now, knowing, when we talk about our environment, it includes knowing about our city, state, country, overall social and political environment. Any question they can put, and believe me, when we know this thing very nicely, we can keep, or we can use this as example while stating different other question. As I said you that what is success? While defining success, I can start with a success story of a renowned person, and that is only possible when we are aware about that person, when we read about that person, right? Now coming to job interview. Now when we talk about job interview, if I check it from placement point of view, let's check few of the parameters that are related with it. So job interview is a process to check whether the keep fits in the lock or not, whether you are applicable, whether you're fitting for the position or not. It is done with the help of various types of question and processes. As I shared one story with you previously, again I will be sharing it. Nowadays the hiring processes are changing day by day. As I gave you that day example, there are some renowned companies like Chayos. What they are doing, first they are sending you case studies, they're asking you to solve it. After checking the solution of the case studies, if they feel that yes, this person is analytical or having analytical bend of mind, then only they're going to ask you for the other round. So you have to be aware about the thing. That means it is not only just knowing ourselves, knowing about the environment, it also includes many other things, that using your decision making skill, using your analytical bend of mind, those things also matters. And different question can be put in different way, by which all these parameters will be checked minutely, right? Now moving on, our job is like a lock with salary package. Definitely this is most one of the most magical word, right? We all love to see. Next is relocation, right? Training. Then come job responsibilities, work culture, values of organization. That means whenever I'm going for an interview, when I'm going to check about the organization, I'm definitely going to check their workplace culture as well as the values of that organization. You never know, they can ask you, right? Next, career growth in the organization. A person is like a key with academics, right? Knowledge, skills, attitude, and values. So you can understand why we have called over here that it is like the key fits in the lock or not, right? So according to that, you have to prepare. That it does not mean that tomorrow is my interview and today I'm going to spend a quality time, and in that quality time I will be quickly checking the CEOs, I will be quickly checking the logo or maybe the tagline, maybe I will be quickly checking few other infos, and that's it. No, it is not like that. Spend time. Again, I'm telling, much you more you spend time, more you will be enhancing the ideas, right? Now, next is types of job interviews. When we talk about types of job interviews, it can be telephonic. That means your communication skills need to be very good, because you have to show your etiquettes. Because as I keep on saying that etiquettes matters a lot, your demeanor matters a lot, and it varies from place to place. Right, like there are some etiquettes we have to follow while talking over a phone. There are some etiquettes that you have to follow while sitting in a dining table. So it's all how you're going to handle the call, how you're going to answer the other person, right? Are you giving space? Are you listening to the other person? All those things are checked minutely. Next, face to face, right? There are your body language matters a lot, right? Next is the panel interview, it can be, and the last one is group interview, right? So these are the types of interview it can be there generally. So you have to be aware about the type of the interview, like how it is conducted, right? What are the protocols that I have to maintain? Like what are the etiquettes, etiquette wise, if I say, what are the things I need to take care of? You should have a good amount of knowledge. Again, that terminology will come back, that is research and development. More you will be in this process, you can excel, right? Now, why business etiquette? Now, when we talk about PI, definitely it is business etiquette which plays the most important role, right? Because it exhibit professionalism, right? It develop a polished image. It instill a perception of trustworthiness. We need business etiquette, right? So that means it is said again and again that your first impression is going to play the last impression, or first impression matters a lot. That first impression means what? First impression means only dressing. First impression also includes our behavior. First impression also includes the etiquettes that we need to follow while sitting in the lobby waiting for our turn, when we will be called for the interview, and so on, right? First impression also includes our body language, how much we are taking care of it. Like we have a habit of using lots of hand gesture, that is considered negative from PI point of view. It should be less, right? Next, are you maintaining eye contact with all the panelists, or is it only the person who is asking you question, uske sath hi you are maintaining eye contact? So all these things matters a lot. And believe me, when we talk about personality development, when we talk about PI, right, or when we talk about any kind of public speaking activity, it is your business etiquette that matters a lot. That means while talking, as we keep on saying, like to enhance our communication, it is always preferable that if you use good quotation, good phrases, right, good examples, so all these things matters a lot. So what is it when we talk about etiquette? So etiquette is a code of behavior that delineates expectation for social behavior according to contemporary conventional norms within a society, social class, or group. It is always said that once you are in the PI zone, it is very much required that you are having a good assertive body language. Assertive body language means smiling face, very much important. Eye contact, you need to be honest. See, there is a myth among the students believe that it is all about cramming, याद करके रट्टा करके कुछ questions चले जाते हैं and definitely we are going to rock. But that's a myth, because it moves very naturally. In the real time, the cramming knowledge will not help you. You have to move with the flow. So, and that can be done when you are going for different more mocks, right? You will be taking feedbacks. After taking the feedbacks, you need to go back home, you need to sit and you need to find out yourself that आज जो मैंने पूरा mock interview दिया, इसमें मैंने कैसे शुरू हुआ और कहाँ तक मैं अच्छी तरह से उसको present कर पाया, right? Those things matters a lot. So you need to think. It is not only the feedback the other person will be giving you. It is very important that how much you are also introspecting about yourself. That matters a lot, right? Any question till now from your side? Yes, guys. Any question till now? We have talked about PI, different types of interviews we have discussed. We have discussed a little bit about the importance of etiquettes. Any question that is coming? Anything you can ask? Yes, lots of good evening. Thank you. Welcome. Yes, any question that you all have, any question you want to share, anything that you want to share? Okay, fine. No questions. I'm moving on. Because when we have this kind of session, now it is always preferable that it is a mode of interaction, right? So ask question if you are having, right? Now, coming to the next one is evaluation parameters, right? So let's see what are the parameters on which we will be evaluated, right? It varies from, but almost this is the same structure that is followed in every organization. So the first one is personality, right? Next is your body language. Next is your content knowledge or the subject knowledge. Next is your communication skills. Next is general awareness, and next is clarity of goals. Okay, before I proceed, there is a question from Amber: how to excel etiquettes? Amber, once you know that what are the particular etiquettes that I have to follow in different zone, right? First, you should be aware about that. You should read about it, right? Those things are very simple, but it is better to read about it and try to follow it, right? Later on, take feedbacks. As I said, if you go for more mocks, it can be PI, it can be different kind of public speaking activity. Because once you are in college, believe me, this is the right platform where you can take part in different activities. You get good amount of feedback. So from there, you can understand, right? So understanding and being aware, the synergy of both the things are very important while we talk about excelling in the etiquette parts, right? Amber, I hope I have answered your question. And further in this presentation, again, we will be taking care of it, right? Okay. Now, as I was talking about evaluation parameters, so evaluation parameters are your, let's first start with the dressing etiquette, right? There will be dressing etiquette. There will be the content part that we called over here subject knowledge. Because see, if you're having good content, whether it's GD, whether it is PI, if you're having good content, you can excel, you can enhance, you can prove your worth, right? But if you are not having good content, definitely the things are not going to play rightly. So it is very important that you take care of the content part, right? Reading more, writing more, reading good blogs, reading good travelogues. जरूरत नहीं है कि हमेशा कुछ सीरियस सीरियस चीजें ही हम पढ़े. बहुत सारा टॉपिक्स है हमारे चारों तरफ. So spend your time, quality reading, that should be there in your exercise, right? Next is your body language. Body language means whether you're maintaining eye contact, how you're sitting, how you're listening, right? Your gesture, your posture, the way you enter the room, the way you're going to exit the room. So all these things are checked minutely, right? Next is your communication skills. So for communication skills, definitely your grammar knowledge, that plays a very important role, right? Are you able to express your views properly? Like there are two ways to express. One is very short, precise, and the other way is verbose. बहुत ज़्यादा बोलना. So you have to understand that PI is a platform जहाँ पे आपको precisely बोलना है, right? Because PI, there is a rule that you cannot repeat the points. That you have to keep in mind, right? Next is general awareness. More you will be aware about what is going around you, right? That will help you to use or state examples, right? So these are the evaluation parameters that you need to be aware about, and according to that you have to prepare yourself. Okay, now coming to the next one is type of PI question. So generally there are four types of PI question if we broadly divide it: academic, right? Personal, hobby and extracurricular activities, and the GK part, right? So when we talk about academics, it means your main and favorite subject, right? Projects, right? Subject, industry, interface, how much knowledge you're having, right? Next is personal. When we talk about personal, your introduction, your family, your role model, your values, your morals, all those plays an important role. When we talk about hobby, hobby means your extracurricular activities, achievements, interest. GK, definitely already we have discussed that what is going around you, that matters a lot, right? Now, the next types are your career, like what are your goals? What are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals, right? So like the pointers that has been mentioned over here, that why do you want to pursue this job? What is the purpose, right? Your career plans, as I already discussed, career objective. This is also a master question, right? We will be discussing about it. What about your other career avenues? Like if not this job, then what? That should be also very, very important, right? Now when we talk about career objective, always remember that we write this down in the resume. If you remember, in the very first page, the very first statement is your career objective, right? So whatever you are writing, you should be aware about it, because even if they are having their resume or the CV in front of them, they generally prefer sometime to ask this question just to see, have you copied it from someone, just to check that how much you are aware about the points. That things matter. So please be aware about your career objective, and always remember career objective in a resume is considered as a mother statement. That should be done in very, very nicely. It should not be verbose. It should be 1 to 2 lines, right? And you should not show that you are looking for or you're seeking, you're very needy for the job. those type of words should be omitted because ये trend बन चुका है, looking for and this type of things. तो उसको थोड़ा सा change करके आप present कीजिए. Always remember, when we talk about the resume part, it is not only the trend that is going, it is totally up to yourself. Yes, you have to follow some etiquettes, but try to advertise yourself in a way possible, right? Because when I consider PI, when I consider resume, what you are doing, you're just advertising yourself, right? If I consider it from a freshest point of view, you are a new product getting to be launched in the market, right? So present it in a very nice way so that people listen to you, people check it, right? Okay, there is some question, I should take it. Goal should be short term or long term. Anjan, both the type of goal plays an important role, right? Sometimes they specify you that speak about your long term goal or where you see yourself after 10 years. This type of things can be there. But when we will be talking about the introduction, this answer I will be giving you in that introductory answer, right? Okay, next there is a question from Altaf. Please explain hobby part. What should I explain? Hobby is something that you love to do, right? So you can mention in your resume definitely, and you can connect those things with your strengths. Suppose your hobby is in the spare time you love to read books, right? So you can use it as a strength that I have a habit of going to the depth of everything. So that you can consider, there you can link your hobby. Whatever qualities you're having, चाहे वो hobby हो, चाहे वो extracurricular activity हो, चाहे कुछ भी हो, उसको link करना is most important. And if you can do it, then it's your day, right? Okay, now moving to the next one is the work experience. So if you're having work so you need to talk about the job profile, right? Last job profile or your present job profile. You have to talk about the organization where you have worked. You have to talk about the industry and trends, but it should be done in a positively. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं होना चाहिए आप वहां पे जाके you're complaining about your last company. बहुत लोग ऐसे कर देते यार सर मैं तो खुश नहीं था अपने last company में. ऐसा वाला चीजें नहीं होना चाहिए. That actually demeans your image. So always try to understand this thing. So try to show that enthusiasm, try to show that yes, I love my job, but still I'm looking for something. So positiveness, those assertiveness should be there, right? And the next is situation based on extempo. They can ask you anything. Believe me, in a real life situation, I've seen people asking question like, tell me about the person who is sitting just opposite to me. So then that particular question, you have to just speak about yourself, right? So this type of question can be also there. So you have to keep in mind. Okay, there is a question. Do we have to mention a strength or weakness in resume? Weakness, we are not going to mention, Amber. Strength, definitely we have to mention. You can mention it under your skills, right? Directly strength, we generally don't go for it. Interpersonal skills, in this way also you can mention, right? And weakness, जैसे मैंने अंबर अभी बोला, you are the new product getting to be launched in the market. और suppose you are going to launch a product in the market, क्या आप उसके weaknesses के बारे में बताओगे? जब तक नहीं पूछा जाएगा, you're not going to say anything about your weakness. This is one of the important quality you should always keep in mind, right? Okay, moving on. Now when we talk about interview or PI, it is very important that we know ourselves. See, one particular image I have put over here. Maybe you are a cat, but you're trying to pretend that yes, I'm the lion. That means confident, overconfident nahi. Confident, that means believing that this is the only one chance I'm getting and I'm going to excel. So that is what thought process you should have. And with that thought process, you should go for the PI, right? So what are the things we need to know? Very nicely, those are our skills and strength, because we need to connect the things. PI is all about the flow of information. PI is all about how you are able to connect the skills with the question that have been put to you, right? Next, problem solving skills. As I said, that the trend is changing day by day, so you can expect that there are some questions that are related with problem solving only, right? Like one question I just coming to my mind, like suppose you have to carry water from the foot of the hill to the top of the hill. Okay, I will repeat the question. You have to carry water from the foot of the hill to the top of the hill. You're not having any kind of vessel or container with you. How you're going to do it? Tell 5 ways. So you can understand in this type of question, koi rattabazi ya koi train check karna will not work out. It's all about how you are showing your presence of mind. That matters a lot, right? Next is your learning attitude. Are you having that attitude to learn? Because sometime when we are overconfident, what happens? We think that we know everything. ये मुझसे क्या पूछेगा यार, मॉक इंटरव्यू देके क्या होगा, मुझे तो सब कुछ पता है, so I'm going to take it seriously on the real time only. बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. You have to understand. Next is team player, because sometimes you may have to face group interview. So there you have to be a good team player. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है कि competition है, so I'm not allowing the other person. That is also not going to work. Your technical skills going to matter a lot. You have to be confident about your academics, your subject, right? If you're from mechanical engineering branch, definitely you need to be taking care of your particular subject. If you are from CAC, you have to take care of your own branch of science, branch of subjects, because questions will be there, right? Next is your communication skills. As I said, communication skills matters a lot, because once you're good with the communication skills, definitely you can present yourself nicely, right? Your content will be strong. Once your content will be strong, definitely you will be not nervous, right? Next is general knowledge. As I say, as I'm keeping you telling this, that general knowledge, please don't avoid it. It plays actually the trump card, whether you are in a GD, whether you are in a PI, whether you are in any kind of public speaking activity. More you are aware about the things going around, more you can put example, more you can explain the things elaborately. Okay, now time to take some question. Can you suggest some ideas for personality development? Daniel, already we had a session on this. For personality development, first तो अपने आप पे believe करना है, अपने आप को बहुत अच्छी तरह से जानना है, right? And the things that are required, जैसे हमने डिस्कस किया था SWOT analysis थोड़ा सा. Then there are different type of psychometric test. There are different type of psychometric tests we have discussed in the last class. Myers-Briggs test is there, Briggsman personality assessment is there, right? So wo sare test, and those are free of cost. Just go for it. That also helps you to understand your personality, and jo bhi aapka weakness hai, according to that you need to work on, right? Okay. Okay, no more question from your side, so I'm moving with the questions, slides again. Now, moving to the next one. Now, when we talk about PI, there our EQ and IQ also plays an important role. Let's see. Let's first talk about the EQ part. So when we talk about EQ, that is emotional intelligence. So let's see. The first question that comes to our mind is, what triggers your emotional reaction? So that is definitely people, places, and time. So what you feel? क्या लग रहा है आप लोगों को? According to you, what triggers your emotional reaction? थोड़ा आप लोगों से सुनते हैं. Yes, the attendees who are present in the session, can you let me know what triggers your emotional reaction? People, places or times? कौन सा important है आप लोगों के लिए? Yes, lots of good evening. Thank you so much. But let's concentrate on the slide. So, what triggers you the most for your EQ part? Emotional reaction part. Can I have some acknowledgement? क्या लगता है? Can I have some answers? We will use our handicraft skills and make best out of waste. Okay, fine. Places. Okay, Anjan is telling places. Altaf is telling people. Right. Anyone else? इसमें भी सोचना पड़ रहा है. Oh my God. Okay. Yes. Here comes the answer. Danish is telling people. Daniel is telling peoples. Okay, people. Okay, fine, fine, fine. So all this thing matters a lot, right? The combination of all the things matters a lot. It is always people, 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 not time. Time कभी हमें emotional reaction trigger नहीं करता है. Time also plays an important role, guys. Place also, according to place also the things changes. Okay, so let's check the EQ part now quickly. Now, so when we talk about emotional intelligence in simple words, let's see what are the things that comes under it. The things are self-awareness, developing a positive sense of self-worth. So this point is very important. जो अभी मुझसे कोई पूछ रहा था ना कि how to work on the personality development part. This plays quite an important role. Next is your problem solving skills. That also plays quite an important role. Emotional management, impulse control. Suppose आप PI में हो, आपको ऐसा question किया गया that you are trying to be rude or you get angry, but you are not allowed to express it over there, right? So how to manage the things in a very simple ways, how to be diplomatic, that also important, right? Next, your decision making skills, definitely. Relationship building, empathy, social skills, that also matters. That's why you can add some social activities in your resume part if you are into it. Actually, that excels the importance of your resume, that you can keep in mind. Taking responsibility for one's action, because once we talk about personality development, it is definitely you have to take responsibility of yourself first, and then you can do it for others. Next, emotional intelligence is also referred to as emotional quotient, right? You have heard of IQ also, intelligence, right? How intelligent quotient also plays an important role. Let's check again. So let's see what is the difference between EQ and IQ very quickly, right? Because sometimes these questions are also asked. What is the difference between EQ and IQ? Because in PI, you cannot say that this set of questions are only going to ask, only going to come. It can be anything, right? So when we talk about EQ, it is about managing emotions, right? And when we talk about IQ, it is more about academically oriented, your cognitive abilities, right? Your decision making abilities. Now, EQ can be enhanced through one's life, throughout one's life, right? And IQ thought to be largely established at birth and cannot be enhanced. Okay. Next, recently understood to be an important predictor of one's potential for success and has been traditionally used to predict potential for one's success. Next, foster understanding and management of one's emotion, allows development of needed knowledge base, right? Promotes positive relationship, enables development of technical and skill and abilities. So you can understand what is the difference between EQ and IQ. I hope next time this question can be asked, whenever it is asked, you can answer it quickly, right? And from here, we also learn that both the things matters a lot. That synergy of both the things is important, right? Now, why EI is emotion important, right? So let's see. So emotional intelligence is important because research show that youth with low EI are unsuccessful in school, job, right? Disengaged, disconnected from superiors and peers, poorly developed sense of identity, struggles with relationship, negative attitudes, inexpressive. And youth with high EI are generally the opposite. That means you have to be emotionally strong. You have to work on your emotional quotient or skills to excel, because that only can give you the positive energy, that only can give you that enthusiasm, that spirit, right? That motivation, so that you can be more confident in your life. Because you have to remember, at the end of the day, the competition is very, very tough. Now, some typical questions that are generally asked, let's quickly check. Tell me something about yourself. This I'm going to discuss few slides after this, right? So I'm keeping it over here. Like, why do you want to pursue MBA or some higher studies? Some questions can be there. What are your career goals and objective? As already I've discussed this question. What are your strengths and weaknesses? That can be also asked, right? Moving on, your favorite subject. Questions can be on your subject studied. They can even ask you which is the subject you dislike the most, and one reason should be ready with you. They will be asking you, right? Next, about your values, beliefs, moral, your ideal, right? Next, hobbies and interest. Extracurricular activities questions are also there, about your work experience, if any. So all the this type of questions can be there. So you need to prepare a solid answer. Just roughly just draft the questions, okay? Because that helps you to understand that how much I need to speak. Out of that part was I was talking about, if some like if you have got, if you are planning for a higher studies, right? And some questions are been asked like, why you want to pursue MBA? क्यों MBA क्यों करना चाहते हो? That is the question, right? So moving on. Now coming to the two important parameters, that is strength and weakness. पहले तो हम देख लेते हैं what are the different type of strength and weakness, then let's have a discussion on the question. So for the strength, few parameters are hard work, persuasiveness, initiative, meticulousness, leadership, entrepreneurship, value for values, perseverance, team skills. Now when we talk about our strength, guys, always remember it can be anything. It can be anything what you feel, any good adjective you can put over here. But one thing, whenever you are talking about your strength, please do mention one scenario where you came to know this is my strength. Like you can tell that while working as the head boy of my class in my college, I realized that I'm a very good team player, right? So whatever example, whatever good things you're going to say about yourself, mention, but please mention one incident, one particular place where you are aware about your strength. Because strength मतलब ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है कि सुबह मैंने उठा या मुझसे कोई क्वेश्चन पूछा और मुझे रियलाइज हुआ और मैंने बोल दिया. You have to mention from where you came to know कि these are your strengths. Maybe you have got feedback from other people, that also you can say, right? Yes, Altaf, general exam question just now I have said to you. I've shown you few of them or aage bhi hai. Like what are your values? What are the extracurricular activities you prefer? What are your hobbies? It can be anything. Tell me about your educational qualification in one line. Some question like that also work out, right? So this is about your strength. So strength is a particular question where you can talk about the your soft skill part as well as your technical part, right? Now moving to the weakness part. So weakness means these are the couple of weakness we can consider: overconfident, slow starter, set very high goals, stubbornness and procrastination. Procrastination तो अब जैसे रट्टा जैसा हो गया है, हर कोई बोलता है procrastination, right? See, whatever is your weakness, first जब तक आपसे पूछा नहीं जाएगा, you are not going to talk about your weakness. पहला. Second, try to be honest while answering the weakness. Like maybe that I'm not good in the English part, or maybe my communication skill is not up to the mark, which I consider as my weakness. ऐसे आप बोल सकते हो. But the thing is, अगर आप उनको अपना weakness honestly बताते हो, do mention after realizing your weakness what you are doing to overcome it. Like I feel that my communication skill is not up to the mark. Henceforth, I have joined some couple of spoken English courses, or I'm taking part in some activities of Toastmaster to improve or to work on my communication skills. That means जो भी आप weakness बता रहे हो, you're honestly telling and you are letting them know that yes, I'm responsible for my weakness. I'm aware about my weakness, and I'm assuring you I'm working on it. ठीक है? Now, the third point regarding the weakness. Third point regarding the weakness is you can be diplomatic while answering the weakness, but you should be confident enough while doing it, right? Because you have to remember, आपके सामने जो लोग बैठे हैं, they are actually experts. So you cannot bluff over there. So try to be honest. More you're honest, you can do or you can deal with the things very easily. It will be not difficult for you. Like I was talking about the diplomatic answer for the weakness. You can say, sir, I have a habit of going into depth of everything, and for which I have seen I waste a lot of time, or I'm not good with the time management part. So in a way, आप अपना strength weakness में बता रहे हो. You can say, sir, coffee is my weakness. After every 1 hour, I need a cup of coffee. That means you are trying to be diplomatic. You can understand. So these are the two ways how you can tackle the weakness answer. One, you can be honest by giving that assurity that yes, I know this is my weakness, I'm working on it. And the second one, by being little bit diplomatic, where आप अपना strength को ही weakness में present कर रहे हो. Clear? So any question till now from your side? Yes, guys, any question, anything that was not clear to you? We have discussed couple of things and many things are left also. Next half an hour, we will be doing it. Yes, any questions? Okay, fine. No question from your side. So I'm continuing with the things. Okay, now comes the question जो अल्ताफ मुझसे पूछ रहे थे about the introductory question. अब वो यहाँ पे हम deal करेंगे. So see, as I said that when we consider resume, career objective is what mother statement, right? Or mother question can come from that part only. In the same way, in all kind of interview, whether it is for job, whether it is for advertise, whether it is for admission, right? Whether it is for any kind of success stories, everywhere it is been asked like Introduce yourself. Tell me something about yourself. This is a mother question. Okay. So let's see how to deal with this question, because believe me, this question plays the most important role. The way you're going to present this question, that will prove your worth. That will show many things. What are the things? Your communication skills, your confidence. Are you aware about the trend of answering this type of question? How much you know yourself, time management. So all these things comes or represented through this question. So let's see how to deal with this question. Okay, so first of all, this question is termed as elevator pitch. The introductory question को हम बोलते हैं elevator pitch. Elevator मतलब क्या होता है? What is elevator? Who can tell me? What is elevator? Yes, guys, what is elevator? क्या होता है elevator? Anyone? Anyone? What is elevator? Yeah, lots of hi is done. So can we get back to the slide, or can we get back to the presentation? So what is elevators? Elevator means lift, as simple as that, right? So elevator pitch means this is the question by which you're going to lift yourself. Exactly. Right, so you're going to lift yourself. That means you're going to create your image. ये जो हम बार बार बोलते रहते हैं कि first impression, first impression. So this is the platform, or this is the very question जहां से we will be creating the whole aura or whole ambience, right? So let's check how to deal with it. And believe me, there are lots of samples available in internet. Just go for it, but make sure that is a correct one, because बहुत ज्यादा garbages भी internet में रहता है. So be aware about it. So when we talk about elevator pitch or introductory question, और जिस question में हमें पूछा जाता है, just tell me about yourself, क्या क्या बोलना है, right? So it should be 30 second or less, or it can be extended to 1 minute. Time का मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. While answering this question, it should be for 30 second, or it can be extended for 1 minute, but not more than that. Next. Your skills or how you benefit a potential employer should be clear. Your skills need to be portrayed as a main parameter while answering this question, and there should be a goal, right? Agar overall baat kare, if you want to note, you can note down. Elevator pitch is the question where we introduce ourselves, or the introductory question ka answer dekhte waqt there should be 3 parameters. What? Name. Name is not compulsory, because the person already have your resume and the person will be calling you by your name only, right? So Mr. introduce yourself. So taking your name is not compulsory, but we Indians are comfortable when we start with our name. So you can do that. So name. Second one is your last qualification. Last qualification means not your schooling. It means your college. It means your postgrad. Always keep in mind, वहां पे स्कूल के बारे में कुछ बात करने का जरूरत नहीं है. Third is your skills, the strength you are having, right? That you need to speak. And fourth is your goal. It can be short term, it can be long term, whatever you prefer. So these are the 4 parameters that need to be present in that answer. Jahan pe aap name is optional. So the next one is your last qualification. Next is your skills, and the last one is your goal. So 3 things need to be mentioned over there, right? And these things matters while you present or while you go for this introductory question, right? Now I am going to show you a sample. Check the sample. Okay, so I guess you have checked it, the sample answer. So the person is from the civil engineering and psychology background, and how see beautifully he is presenting The person is not taking his or her name. He has just directly started with the last qualification. Like, my core skill sets are civil engineering and psychology. I'm endlessly curious, and all my friends, family, and colleagues look to me for answers on everything from mood swings to Minecraft. As I've always been exceptionally passionate about social issues, I'm looking to write for publication. Websites focus on climate change so that I can create content and campaigns urging others to take actions and increase sustainability future generation. So you can understand how beautifully the person is doing without taking his name, without doing in the normal way. Because always remember, when we talk about personal interview, it is almost the thing where you need to present your brand, where you need to create your brand, where you need to be out of the box, right? And when you need to create your brand, you need to be different from others. So that is why I'm telling you that be in the R&D process. वो normal way में नहीं चलेगा, because there is always a complaint that jobs are not there, jobs are not there. Ask the question, are the proper skill set present in our society to handle the new job profile? That's a big question. And when you ask this question, I think there is no need of understanding, there is no need of motivating yourself by checking out the motivating videos and all. And you will be directly starting with your strength, with your weaknesses, right? And you will be understanding that there is need of this personality development things, or these are the things that I need to work on, right? So be more into it. Okay, there is a question from again from Altav. It is only a skill? No, it is not only a skill. The person has mentioned, if you check this sample, the person has mentioned his last qualification. He has talked about his skills, and also he has talked about his goals as well. सिर्फ नाम उन्होंने mention नहीं किया है, but he has played with the words, right? And beautifully he has presented. Clear? Any question till now? So I have just shown you the sample of elevator pitch or introduce yourself, so you can understand. ये एक छोटा सा simple question, इस पे भी हमें जरूरत है थोड़ा सा काम करना, homework करना. We need to write, we need to draft, right? So that is what I'm telling, that don't take PI as taken for granted. यार हो जाएगा. No, PI plays a big role. That is why it is said every questions के पीछे कोई ना कोई intention रहता है. They check your skills. So you need to work on the things, right? Okay, so to move on, as time is short, so we have to keep moving. If in between any question comes, do keep on posting. Yes, 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 it's a full introduction part. Now, coming to the PI, there are three important stages. First is pre-interview preparation. Next is during the interview. And the last one is post-interview. And every stage is, believe me, needs to understand, needs our concentration and focus, and makes us learn lots of things, right? So let's check one by one. So when we talk about pre-interview preparation, so pre-interview preparation consists of gathering information about the college or the organization that you're planning, required documentation, prepare a good CV or resume, SWOT analysis need to be done, right? Next is appropriate dress code. Next, familiarize with frequently asked questions, right? So all these things matters a lot when you are in the pre-interview preparation mode, right? Now, when we talk about self-awareness, ये जो हम बार-बार बात कर रहे, strength and weakness, right? When we are talking that knowing ourselves, so definitely the answer that will be coming, or the task that remains, is to go for SWOT analysis, right? So what is SWOT analysis? We all know strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, right? So let's quickly check. So to conduct SWOT analysis, to do SWOT analysis, what you need to follow, first you have to be remain undisturbed, right? Relax, right? Ask yourself questions on each area. That's also very important, right? Be honest while answering and don't hurry while answering. Take time, focus, concentration, determination, remain undisturbed. All this thing matters a lot, right? Now, moving on. So first we will start with the S zone, that is the strength zone. So while dealing with the strength, you need to make a list of your strength. That's very important, right? Let's see how we will be doing. So when we talk about the strength, under it comes our skills. What makes you special? What do you do better than others? Right? What are the some talents you have? What do other people see as your strength? Which of your achievement are you most proud of? So देखिए simple arena है, that is strength. हम सोचते strength मतलब strength के बारे में ऐसे directly लिखते हैं. But believe me, when you are going to ask this questions to you, there will be multiple strength in front of you, which maybe आपको पहले पता नहीं था. So that is why it is said, take time, ask question. Different types of questions should be there, right? Now moving on. Next is weakness. So let's quickly check the weakness one. So when we talk about weakness, what are your negative habits, right? Which is the habit that is acting, right? Which area do you want to improve, right? And what do others see as a weakness in you? That's important. That means the feedback. So feedback need to be taken while you want to deal with the weakness part. Moving on, I will do it little quickly. Next is opportunities. So when we talk about opportunities, it is definitely how new technology can help you. Like, what are the skills I need to update? What is machine learning, right? What is AI? What is data science? What is data analytics, right? Is it helpful for my profile, right? So all this answer once you have, you can understand that how new technology is going to help you. Next, how you can take advantage of the current market. That means how I can upgrade my skill or some skills I'm having, how I can link it or how I can utilize it. That's why I said you last time also that if you're into writing process, start writing blogs and post those blogs links into attaching it into your LinkedIn account. That help you, because recruiters keep on looking for this type of blog writers or different types of writers, content writers. So you never know what chance is waiting for you. So you need to use the platform. Information is scattered all around us, right? Next, do you have a network or strategic contacts to help you or offer good advice? That is very important. Guidance, right? Next, any of your competitors failing to do something important, if you take advantage of their mistake, that also really helpful to find out your opportunities, right? Moving on, make a list of your threats, right? So make a list of your threats by asking the question like, what obstacle do you currently face? Are any of your colleagues competing with you for low projects or roles? Is your job changing? Could any of your weakness lead to threats? So I hope the question that I've shown to you, that you are maybe inquiring कि SWOT analysis मतलब होता क्या है यार, बैठना है और लिखना है, ये तो 2 मिनट का काम है. I think now you are having a clear picture how to handle SWOT analysis थोड़ा सा अगर deeply हम करें तो. And believe me, the answers that you will be getting will help you while you are in the PI section as well as while you are going to write or compose your resume or CV, right? So whenever after getting all the things, now we have the strength, weakness, opportunities and threats in front of us, right? Now we have to connect the things, how we can do it. Let's move to the next slide to check it. Yes. So from here, see, we have a clear picture. After doing the SWOT analysis, we are having the clear picture in front of us. I'm very creative. I can communicate well, committed, eager to learn, working in creative firm, starting own business, higher studies, impatient, careless, competitive from colleagues and lack of fun. A clear picture आपके पास आ जाता है. And those things will help you, right, to deal with the resume and PI, right? अगर ऐसे question पूछा जाए that if plan A does not work for you, then what is your plan B? तो उसके लिए भी तो सोचना पड़ेगा, उसके लिए भी तो टाइम के साथ आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. Okay, now moving on quickly to the next one. So SWOT analysis effectively helps you to be honest, to reflect, take action, check periodically, take feedback and work on it. So these are the parameters, these are the few things which are directly dependent on SWOT analysis. Amber, I will be taking your question. Just hold on, okay? Now, next is tips to excel, that is A plus B plus C, that is acknowledge, right, breach and contribute. And believe me, when the synergy of A plus B plus C takes place, that gives the result that is really beautiful. So what we acknowledge that, for example, एक छोटा सा example हम दे देते हैं, that might well be the case in that situation, but so I'm acknowledging to the things. Bridge, that situation is very different from the one here today, which is right. And the next contribute is your key message. So this is how you need to work on, this is how you need to follow the tips and need to excel in the PI round, right? Now moving on. Now coming to pre-preparation, when we, as we were talking about the stages of preparation. So for pre-preparation, you need to research your position, company, industry, knowing yourself. Already we discussed skills, strength, accomplishment, your career goals, right? Interview kit, copy of resume, credential, notepad, pen, interview call letter. Arrive at the interview site 10 to 15 minutes before, right? Where formal attire and communication channels. So all those comes under pre-preparation. Next is our dress code. So you have to be aware about the dress code, right? It need to be formal. It is not only formal. Along with that, many other things required, right? So let's quickly check it. And yes, definitely you have to be comfortable in your attire. That is the most important thing. ऐसा नहीं कि इंटरव्यू है तो पहनना है, थ्री पीस पहन के जाना है, but you have to be confident, because then only you, and comfortable, then only you can carry it nicely, right? Now let's see quickly. So dress for success. So a little bit of things given, like what are the suit color, shirt, if I talk about the trouser, tie, shoes, socks, facial hair, jewelry, right? So all this thing matters. Very quickly I will help you. अगर इसके बारे में और details में देखना है, you can just go to YouTube and write down the dress code from Harvard University. In a very nice detail, they will be showing you the things, like the color of the belt should be matching with the color of your shoes, right? Then the watch you will be wearing, that should match with the color of your lower part, right? So all those things matters a lot, so you need to be aware about the things. हम सोचते नहीं है, but believe me, when you are planning for something big, something renowned, they will be minutely checking all this thing. And dressing etiquettes carries a good number of marks, right? Now moving to the next one, these things are also important. Clean fingernails, especially for the girls, minimal coloring, empty your pockets to avoid clinching or bludgers, no gums or cigarettes, tip to tie should near the center of your belt buckle, neat hairstyle, hide any tattoos you may have. Even the knot of the ties plays an important role, because you know there are different ways to handle the knot of your ties, and it varies from one situation to another. So go through the videos, you will have a vivid knowledge about these things, right? Because once you want to enter the professional arena, you need to understand that what are the things I need to take care of. Now for the girls, quickly, again, the things are western formal, suit, shirt and shoes, right? Especially take care of your heels, it should be comfortable one, right? Same for the girls, you can check those videos. Indian formals, it can be sari, it can be cotton or silk kurta, right? Optional matching stole can be there, matching shoes, right? For the girls, take care of it. Now coming to the next part is during interview, right? So during interview, the most important thing is patience, right? Be patient, patiently wait for your turn, don't show sign of nervousness, be friendly with other candidates, follow entry and exit protocol, body language, your language, all these things matters a lot, right? Moving on. Now, the first important thing is establishing your rapport. When we talk about rapport building, it means assertiveness. Assertiveness matlab confident, cheerful greeting, smiling face, eye contact, right? Interview, while interview, what you need to do? Use example, already discussed. Ensure that the interviewer has understood what you're trying to say and vice versa. ऐसा नहीं कि जल्दी जल्दी के ऐसे जल्दी आप बोल रहे हो कि समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है. Maybe the interviewer has asked you some question and you have not understood it, so definitely you can ask or request him, can you repeat please, please repeat, so that आप लोगों का जो conversation है वो clear होना चाहिए, the point should be clear. Okay, now coming to body language. So positive and negative body language, let's quickly check. So positive body language, leaning forward shows your interest, smiling means you're friendly, nodding means you're attentive and alert, and eye contact, curious and focused. Negative signals, leaning back, discomfort, crossed arms, defensive, fidgeting hands or tapping feet, nervous and bored, lack of eye contact shows untrustworthy. So that's why always remember, whatever body language you're following express some meaning or have some hidden meaning, so be aware about that, and please avoid sitting cross-legged. That's also a very bad habit we do have, right? Now next, so this is a slide where I've tried to show you about the sitting position, right? So you can see the third image is the correct one, right? Okay, there is a question quickly I will be taking from Daniel. What is rapport building? Rapport building means you are building your image, assertiveness, confidence, right? You're creating your own ambience, your own impression. That is only rapport building. And that are those are the pointers that I discussed. When you smile, when you talk in a proper way, right, Daniel? I hope I have answered you. Right. Now moving on. So always remember that while you are in the PI, you have to take care of the non-verbal mistakes, right? So like crossing arms, bash posture, lack of smile, failure to make eye contact, because you have to understand all these things matters a lot within that short time frame. Everything matters. Even your using of too many hand gesture, handshake that is too weak, it should be a firm one while you're shaking hands. So all this thing matters. So you have to be aware about it. It is not only about your verbal communication. Okay. So the next thing that comes, entering and leaving the room. As I said, all this protocol matters. While entering the room, knocking the door is important, seeking permission, thanking the interviewers for giving you the permission, closing the door after entering. All these things are checked. Sitting down, sit down when you are asked, right? When they do, say thank you, sir. If not asked, seek permission. Agar stress interview ho, if they want to put you into stress interview, they can do like this thing. Like आप जैसे enter किया, they will not be asking you to sit down, right? Maybe they are busy with their mobile phone or reading something. So there you need to ask them, right? So please take care of those things and don't be nervous, even it's a stress interview. Post interview, so after post interview, reconstruct the interview, try to understand कैसे interview तो पूरा process move किया, identify the positive and negative happenings, what are the mistakes I have done. Because I always believe when we talk about, personality development, when we talk about PI, GD, it is the best judge is me, myself. I am the best judge of myself, right? So I know what mistakes I have committed, I know what are the good things I have done. So sitting with oneself, understanding, spending time with oneself is very important, right? Next, look into the negatives, identify the cause. What are the improvement areas? Seek help for correction. Take feedback from your friends, mentor, teacher, parents, sibling, anyone it can be. Discuss, right? Practice for improvement. और जरूरी नहीं practice करने के लिए हमेशा कहीं और जाना पड़ेगा, right? You can do it simply at your home as well. You can ask your sibling, hey, take my interview, or you can ask your parent, take my interview. Keep your phone aside, right? And just what you need to do, just you record the whole thing. Once you record, okay, so moving on. How to lead an interview? So to lead an interview, you need to identify your strength, you need to tell your strength. As I said you that you are going to advertise yourself by telling them, by making them believe that yes, I'm the best person, hire me. Yahi hota hai motto. So you have to sell your strength, not your weakness. Big opportunity to introduce yourself, right? And drop clues about your strong areas. That's why I discussed about the importance of elevator pitch while dealing with this. There's a question quickly I will be taking from Anil. Now, how can we prepare for PI? Go for mocks, right? And apart from that, you can ask your friends, parents to take one interview of yours, record it, right? And then check it. This is how you can do. Priyanka, ma'am, whenever I meet a new person, I feel hesitate to speak before. What should I do to improve? Priyanka, take part in different activities. More you are into activities, that will help you, right? Like there are lots of activities, there are lots of clubs around us, good clubs, I mean, right? That is Toastmaster, many things are there. Try to be a part of them, right? And try to talk with your friends as much as you can on new topics. That will also help you. And beta, hesitation ko khud ko bhagana hai, because as I said that PI is only one chance where you have to excel, you have to give your best. तो आप सोचिए, सोचना आपको है, करना आपको है. You have to be confident and you have to understand that yes, I need to do it. और जब हम स्कूल या कॉलेज लाइफ में रहते हैं, इसलिए बोलते हैं कि पार्टिसिपेट इन डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज, दैट मेक्स यू मोर कॉन्फिडेंट, राइट? एंड वही एक्टिविटीज, वही पार्टिसिपेशन आगे आप अपना स्ट्रेंथ के साथ लिंक कर सकते हो, एज आई सेड यू कैसे करना है, राइट? Hit Bullseye provide this mock interview platform, Ambed. You can get in touch with a concerned person. You can get in touch with our website. You can check it over there. I think that will help you. Now, communicate effectively. When we talk about communication effectively, check, match your communication style to that of the interviewer. That means understanding each other, right? Listening carefully, very important. Avoid interrupting the interviewer. Let the person complete his question. Let the person put his point. Then you start. Don't use jargons. Jargon means terminologies, difficult German terminologies, difficult vocabulary के इस्तेमाल करना जो शायद सामने वालों को समझ में ही नहीं आए. मत कीजिए, ठीक है? Keep all your answer positive. Even if the question is negative, don't go for negative, right? Show enthusiasm. Obviously, you need to show it. Ask relevant question to the interviewer when the opportunity arises. और वो जो लास्ट में पूछते हैं ना, do you have any question? Use that platform. Ask interesting question. Sir, I have checked that this project is going on under your organization. Can you let me know what is the project all about, when it is going to start? Something like that. Interesting question पूछिए. और ज्यादा से ज्यादा हम बोलते हैं डरते हैं और हम बोलते हैं कि no question. पूछिए question. That will show your interest. Again, I'm telling your EQ and IQ need to be, portrayed nicely, and those can be done the way you answer these questions. Okay, don't be nervous, right? Priyanka, keep in mind, don't be nervous. There is a questions I will be taking. Just give me 5 minutes. I need to complete this. Then definitely I will be taking your questions. Okay, I will be giving you 5 minutes extra to take your questions. Don't worry. Now, do's and don'ts. So under do's and don'ts comes think before you speak. Remember, interview is a formal conversation. Avoid feelers, stretch karna, avoid कीजिए use करना. Avoid indecisive phrases like I think, I guess, probably, pretty good. I think, I guess क्यों? I'm sure about it. That's why I'm the part of the PI. Right? So don't use those things. Avoid long verbose answers. Limit it for 1 or 2 minutes, right? If you don't hear something, ask the person to repeat or clarify. ठीक है, हवा में बात मत कीजिए. As simple as that. Remain calm and relax by yourself and try to focus on the message you're trying to convey, not how well you are doing. That's very important, right? So moving on. Okay, so what are your greatest, देखिए और भी अगर lead लेना है, to lead an interview, this answer should be clear to you. What are your greatest achievements? Right? Ask yourself, write down the things that you have done, right? You can think of accomplishment that demonstrate how well you use a school. It can be from your college, school, right? There was a time when your teachers have praised you. You can write it about it. You can speak about it. Did you ever win an award? So that's also an achievement for you, right? That's why I was saying, I was rather suggesting to Priyanka to take part in different activities. If you are a fresher, you can take example success stories from anywhere, right? From your extracurricular activities, जैसे मैंने strength वाला answer का आप लोगों को sample बताया. If you want to check, recheck, go back again, check the video. You will get the answer over there. Or if you have skipped, you need to check the video again. You can also talk about awards and honors you received at school. वो भी बहुत helpful है. Now coming to start technique. What is start technique? So first is situation, right? You need to understand the situation. You can start by explaining a situation that helps you actually to take a lead. Your task, you need to explain the action. Okay. Next is action and result, right? So this helps actually to understand how to lead an interview. So utilize the STAR technique, which is really helpful. Okay. Now, other FAQs, बहुत सारा क्वेश्चन दिमाग में आता है. Should I bluff any my way out in interviews? I think ये सारे questions का आंसर मैंने आज जो last 1.5 घंटा से मैं इतना बकबक कर रही हूँ, I think I have answered you all those things. You're not allowed to bluff. What kind of body language should I use? I think these questions are now clear to you. Still, any question if is there, if has been remain unaddressed, please write it down. I will get back to you soon after completing this slide. Right? Again, few more FAQs. How should I handle myself in a stress interview situation? Already discussed. You have to be confident, right? Now, what is stress interview? That's the next important question. Stress interview means, you will see, आपको 1 मिनट के अंदर 2-3 क्वेश्चन पूछा गया. Maybe there is some weak area in your resume. Maybe you have an ear loss. उसी पे ही spot करके आपको ज्यादा क्वेश्चन किया गया है, right? Maybe the person can shout at you, maybe the person can mock at you, they may seem that they are not listening to you, right? They may not ask you even to enter the room, they may not even ask you to sit down. So all this can be part of stress interview. So you have to remember, whatever it is, I have to show that yes, I'm interested, I have to assertive, I have knowledge, I have done my homework nicely, so I'm going to excel by giving my best, right? Now, next, how to handle stress interview. Keep your cool, work on your confidence, right? If there is cross question, answer one by one, right? Don't say sorry again and again, but you can start if you're having a difference in opinion. Sorry, we have a difference of opinion. I believe what I say, and you can start. As I said, कि stress interview में diplomatic होना बहुत जरूरी है. And diplomatic आप तभी हो सकते हो when you are having sound knowledge, right? Try to create unnecessary humor. बिल्कुल मत कीजिए. Get agitated under any circumstance. बिल्कुल मत कीजिए. Show nervousness, lack of eye contact, mumbling. ये सारी चीज तो बिल्कुल नहीं. Even if you are part of a stress interview, right? Okay, so balance life activities, your cultural activities, work activities, intellectual activities, social activities, family activities, spiritual activities, and physical activities. Believe me, all the balance of these activities are important to have a good personality, to have a good mind, good body, right? And also to excel in life. You need this thing, right? It is not only about your academics, it is not only about your subject course, it is all about you, it's all about your mind also, right? So almost we are done. So in recap, I think these are the things that has been discussed today. So any question now, I will be answering you. Okay, so Anil, I have answered you. Priyanka, I have answered you. Ambed, ma'am, kindly suggest any mock. Already I've answered. Ambed, which can I take part online during the pandemic? Which can? I'm not getting the question. Ambed, एक बार retype कर ले, बच्चा. Vaisani, I'm introvert. Can help me with that. Okay. So for that, Vaisani, I think if you're an introvert, it's good. You're introvert. It is not bad always to be an introvert, but sometimes where situation comes, you need to express. जब समझ में ये आ जाएगा, this is the one platform. Like if you God bless you with some good interviews with some good renowned institution like Google, वहां पे जाके introvert होके काम नहीं होगा ना. If you're introvert, you have to understand how to work on it, how to deal with the things. You have to express yourself. First, you have to be confident and you have to keep yourself believing that yes, this is the only chance I'm getting and I have to give my best. चाहे वो PI हो, चाहे वो कोई भी activity हम करें, अगर ऐसा definitely assertive and positive सोच हो, definitely we can excel, right? Arjun, ma'am, in interview, when we do not know the answer of the question, then what we will do at that time? Arjun, it is better not to be dishonest. You can say, sorry, I'm not updated with the question or updated with that particular zone. I'm sure I will be updating myself. That is always best. फालतू, if you give wrong data, that will create a wrong impression. Maybe जरूरत नहीं कि 10 में 10 ही आप आंसर करो. 7 आंसर जो आपने इतना अच्छी तरह से किया है, वो उसका जो ब्यूटी है वो खत्म हो जाएगा, right? So guys, coming to the end of the session, any question that remains with you, आप लोग पूछ सकते हो. I can wait for 1 minute. So interview in a short, it means interview in short, it means dress appropriately, arrive in good time, Body language, expect the unexpected, ask questions, because don't be sure कि यही आने वाला है. It can be different, because there are different types of interview based question. Actually ये ऐसा topic है ना that cannot, that requires more classes, more sessions, right? So but still the I think I have covered all the topics, but apart from that जो रहता है that there are different types of question. There can be behavioral question, there can be HR based question, there can be resume based question, there can be tough interview based question. Okay, so you have to understand, and according to that you need to just go for it. And apart from that, I keep on suggesting that read some good books. There is a very good books named as Interview Magic by Whitcomb. Just go for it. That's actually very good. You can understand how to unearth one's talent or skills, right? Now, any question that remains from you? Okay, so I think we are done with the session. So thank you for making the session interactive. It's always a pleasure for me to take your session, as you people are really interactive. Okay, and I hope you will be excelling, right, in your upcoming days. Try to use जो भी आज हमने discuss किया है. I'm not telling use the 100% of it. Use at least the 40% of it. Actually, that will prove that yes, this session was beneficial. Thank you. So stay safe, right? So time to log out, guys. Thank you so much.